Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Oh, that was cowbell. I just heard cowbell. That's heckin' awesome. Happy Sunday, y'all. Thanks for joining me on a Sunday night. Hope y'all are well and staying safe and just having a chill weekend. My weekend was very busy, but it is what it is. Yes, Lucas. Welcome Bocage and Ahty and Seribod on Discord. Okay. Let me go to Discord. That I think I'm gonna make that into a sticker on the Discord. Hi Atozu, welcome. I forgot to load up the AdoTube because I'm a butthead. Before you, no wait. Before you do, I gotta edit it a little. Okay. Couple of problems with transparency. Yeah, that's. I'm not shocked because like I struggle so much with transparency in pictures and stuff like that. Come on, Vieto Tube, pick it up. There we go. Jeez. That's one thing I never understood is like Vieto Tube, as light of a tiny little app as it is, it's really slow to boot up and stuff, and I think it might be some Unity issues with it or something like that, but who knows. I digress. I'm firing up Steam momentarily. There we are. So we're kind of in Final Fantasy XIV, we are at the part of the game which basically, kind of like with Shadowbringers, there were like, the several different quest chains, and depending on what type of class you were playing, pointed at you which one you were supposed to pick up. And what I didn't know before until last night is that just like Shadowbringers, Endwalker also has this sort of a thing going on, so no Biney, only Beanie! Roll quests, yes. If you fire steam, it'll be smoke. Alright, hop on over to main. Sweet. Thank you, Lucos. Ah! Log in with Ahty Squeegee. Yes, please.
The nozzle.
The nozzle. $34. What kind of crap is that? Gosh. So, one thing that I keep forgetting to mention in stream is that I got a thing for the stream that the like all the the subs and bits and stuff like that have helped helped me purchase for the stream. I bought a thing which I won't specify what it is. I'm just gonna implement it one day, and y'all are just gonna be like, "Oh whoa, what's that?" But I bought a thing. Well, yeah, I bought a thing, and it's almost done. So it will be maybe in the next week or two. It'll make an appearance in the stream magically, automagically. I can't wait, y'all. I can't wait for y'all to see it. But for now, it will be a mystery. A cardboard cutout of your avatar for easy BRBs. Tozu. Tozu, that is such a good idea. That is such a good idea. I might need to commission an artist to draw me a cardboard. a cardboard cutout with, like, the world's shittiest Ahty drawing on it with BRB. Paula, welcome. And Sweet Bean. Like a stick figure Ahty, like on a piece of cardboard. Or better yet, like, you know, one that has like 2 or 3 frames to it. So I could switch to that in V802, since my mic is still active. And making the avatar move when I get up out of my chair and stuff. It could like just move like it's blowing in the wind or something like that. Harbus has that for his brother stick figure. Oh, okay. BRB, not brother. Okay, got it. Gosh. See, now I can't do it because Harbus has it. Or maybe we could just put, we could put like a different spin on it. His brother is not a stick figure. See you in a bit, Ahty. Okay, Lucas, take care. Pray forgive Shirobot her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it is simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You will be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mahane? I know Rodzathan like the back of my hand. Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant Host, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Rodzathan in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end, that we might honor Ahwen's legacy and serve Master Vritra well. You have my word that our efforts will not be in vain. I want unlimited drinks. Same, to be honest. So yeah, so if y'all notice that, like, there's only one available quest for me in this room, and all the rest of them are red. So all the rest of them are all the different class types. Like if I try to do this, it says this quest is not yet available. You know, I would have to be a magical ranged DPS to do that. I'm a physical ranged DPS, so like, you know, one I believe is like, you know, whatever, like one's a tank, one's a healer quest, and all that stuff. So I'm a ranged physical DPS, so it's the Domon delegate that I have to talk to. You're magical in our books. Aww. Y'all making me blush. Do mine eyes deceive me? Lady Ahty? Oh, thank the Kami. Lord Hien has requested assistance in the resolution of a most urgent matter. The hunt for a fell beast believed to be a blasphemy. Though we have made great strides in ensuring the safety of our people, we fear even our finest shinobi will be no match for this enemy, for it commands the skies of Doma. Ooh, that sounds interesting. But as your talent for striking down foes at a distance is beyond compare, I can think of no one better to aid us in overcoming this adversary. 'Twould be my pleasure. Oh, Kami be praised. I shall inform Lady Yugiri, and that she may receive you at the Domon Enclave. Safe travels, Lady Ahty. Right. So to the Domon Enclave we go. I haven't been back there in quite a while. I thought I finished the Enclave. Okay, the quest is over here. I miss Doma. I mean, I didn't do any of the side quests here, but I thought I finished it. It is good to see you, Ahty. When we received word that you, of all people, had answered our call, I could scarcely believe it. Yet here you are. Lord Hien will be pleased for this reunion. If you would wait here a moment. Well, well. That the Kami should guide your steps to our door once more, and with such fortuitous timing. Pray forgive me for not affording you a hero's welcome, but time is not on our side. Paula, congrats. Congrats on that P3. That was a race well done today. You were heckin' amazing. Not long after receiving word of men transforming into hideous beasts in Thavnair, a similar creature was born of a woman in Isari. After attacking another villager, it took to the skies and fled, though to where we know not. An all too cruel twist of fate, for the one slain was among the prisoners returned to us in that deplorable exchange with Asahi and the Empire, just when they had at last begun to piece their life back together. This blasphemy must be stopped. Alas, our foe is wont to keep to the skies, well beyond the reach of our samurai and shinobi. Thus did we seek the aid of those proficient in ranged combat, able to pluck the beast from the heavens. Of course, martial prowess alone will not solve our problems. Others have turned into weaker but no less gruesome abominations, as was the case in Thavnair, and their numbers increase by the day. From what I understand, this phenomenon is not unlike a sickness which spreads by feeding on fear and anxiety, emotions which, of late, can be found in abundance. Slaying the beast means nothing if the people's hearts cannot be put at ease. Lord Hien! You have to help. The villagers. They... Sir, please calm yourself. Tell us what happened. Another has been turned in Namai, my lord. For a blessing, no one was harmed when the beast flew into a rage, but The people are in a panic. I fear what may happen next. It would seem we have even less time than I thought. Worry not, we will see to the beast. As of yet, there is no cure for this affliction, but we will save what lives we can, I promise you. I trust you are ready to join the fray? It was last seen near the glittering basin. Come, I will show you. Yeah, heckin' Paula did great today. Great. Ah, this music. The beast was right here, I swear it. I thank you for leading us here, but it is not safe. Please return to the village. We should split up if we're to have any chance of finding it. Ahty, would you see to the west? I will search in the north. Yugiri, I leave the east to you. If you find it, remember, these blasphemies are no longer people. They will not hesitate to strike you down, so you mustn't either. Now, let us not waste any more time. Hiya, Gabe, welcome! Alright, here we are. I seem to remember this place being a lot more green and nice than this. Colors seem a bit off to me. I'm hella nervous right now. Right. Justifiably so, but I think you'll do great. You'll be great. Alright, this is where I'm supposed to be. Seek out and defeat the beast. It's down from here. Alright. There's just a bunch of hornbills here. Ah, there it is.
Not.
Go. Nut. Are you all right? We heard shouting and came as fast as we could. It would appear Ahty arrived not a moment too soon. Why? Why did you kill my brother? Oh no! I know who the brother is. Your brother? Young man, that creature was not your kin. Not anymore. Had she not laid it to rest, it would have killed you and countless others. Yeah, I know. I remember the brother from when we were last here. From Stormblood, this whole Doma, the whole Doma expansion. Like I remember the brother vividly. But if your heart cries out for one to blame, let it be me. The beast was slain at my behest, for it was the only way. No, no, you're wrong. You killed him, murdered him. I hate you. Wait, okay. I'm confused. I thought this was the brother. Issei? What are you doing here? Searching for Tonbo, though clearly you found him first. The monster was his older brother, as you may have guessed, and Tonbo gave chase the moment it ran off. Oh, okay. I guess maybe I'm confused about the relationship that younger kid had with this person. I thought they were brothers, but I guess not. I beg you forgive him for his outburst. His brother was all he had left. Their father was conscripted by the Empire and was, regrettably, not among those returned to us in the recent exchange of prisoners. The hope they might one day be reunited was their only comfort when the Viceroy still ruled. I can only imagine how they felt when she walked into Isari, a shadow of her former self. Tsuyu may have had no memories of the monster she was, but her victims still see her in their dreams. Nevertheless, like many, the brothers prayed your mercy would see their family restored. But then they learned of her death, and of their father's absence. Deprived of hope and hate all at once, they had nothing. Hiya, Skifty, welcome. My apologies for rambling. No. It was a rather enlightening tale. I spared the woman who brought him pain, and took the brother who brought him comfort. I would hate me too. I swear I will set things right for Tonbo. For all the people of Doma, please return home, Issei, and be safe. Let us return to the Domon Enclave. This ordeal has given me much to consider. Damn, I'm already feeling tired. Yeah, that's a mood. I started deep cleaning my place today because it really needed it, and I didn't even finish it. So I'm worn out from that, but it's still gonna be a full stream because I need my Sunday with you all. But holy heck, I underestimated how much work it was gonna be. I should have probably just used the whole weekend to do it rather than just one day. I owe you a great debt for your timely assistance, and an apology, for I've made you an executioner in young Tonbo's eyes. Would that I had been one he witnessed cut down the beast his brother had become. Oop! I'm gonna wait for my avatar to calm down. There we go. That reminds me, I need to hydrate. Yeah, I'm sure having fun would help with it. But we haven't time to dwell on regrets and what should have been. No, we need to take action, and after hearing of Tonbo and his brother, I believe I know what must be done. A great many of our brothers and sisters were returned to us in the prisoner exchange, but even so, there are those who yet remain lost to us. Meanwhile, Yatsuyu, who is directly responsible for much of our people's suffering, was never held to account for her crimes. In death, she claimed vengeance for her suffering at the hands of her brother, but it came at the expense of justice for her countless victims. The people of Doma have every right to resent me for failing them and their grief. But what of those who cannot bring themselves to do even that, who are left alone with their anger and their pain? It may well give way to despair, and then they would share the same fate as Tonbo's brother, yes. Which is why we must needs consider who else might share in his anguish, ere we find ourselves beset by more beasts. I will begin making rounds of the villages to inquire after those whom their neighbors believe are more distressed of late. Very good. I and the other shinobi shall continue our search for the blasphemy which set these events in motion. And you, my friend? We will have need of your talents again ere long. Rest assured we will keep you apprised of our findings. I know what'd give you energy, what? Oh. I'm getting beaned. Bean! Ah! 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 Ah, Ahty. We have yet to ascertain the whereabouts of the blasphemy for my sorry. But for a blessing, we have received no reports of others that have returned. Interesting. Even though I set a cooldown on it, for some reason Twitch is ignoring it. That's bizarre. Nope, pet
What's
pets.
Ahty doing?
Lord Hien, for his part, has made a concerted effort to go about the villages and converse with his subjects directly. I suspect his constant presence has served to allay the people's fears. As one might expect, he has ever been dedicated and diligent, but I fear he has been away over long. I thought to go and visit and should have been... Okay. I thought to go and visit what should have been his last destination. I'm sorry. Might I ask you accompany me? Intense 5,000 butt coin. So what would an intense be? Would it be like a bunch of little ahs all in a row, or would it just be one long like ah? An intense you say? Yeah, instead of a lowercase a, it would be an uppercase A. Be right back! Either rapid fire or leaning towards the latter. Okay. I might be able to do that. I could just take the noise that I recorded and then just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. So let's see. Just give me 1 second. Where did I put it? I think it's in my projects folder. Sounds. There it is. Audacity can be kind of excruciating sometimes. Okay, so that would be 5.5 seconds of this is going to be a little bit more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Nope, that's the wrong sound device. So it kind of sounds like... But I'd want to paste them closer together than that. Yeah, Audacity is how I make all of the sounds to begin with. I basically just record myself and then trim it up and... Oh dear, CD player stuck. Definitely needs overlap, yeah. Overlap and maybe a little bit of reverb. That'd be kind of fun. Join Hien and Asari. Okay, I'll go to Reunion and go south. Alright, let me catch up with chat from before. Sam Kinison, yeah. Fingies, you are not a bad influence. You're a good influence. You're lucky to even have Audacity compared to what I have. Besides, I gotta pay a subscription just to use any audio software on my phone. Why? No speed change. Why is that locked out? So dumb. Yeah, I mean, there's some of the weird ways that some companies monetize things is just kind of beyond me. It's just, some of it's just so silly. Oh yeah, I didn't do any of the side quests here. Oh my god. Oh no, I was supposed to go south. I would love to have Windows 10 right now. A working computer, yeah. Gosh. I don't know how many folks are in the stream right now that were around and watching when we were here for the first time. I remember this part. Holy heck. This whole area was amazing. It was really good. Like, I really enjoyed that whole part of the story. And honestly, it wasn't that long ago either. Oh yeah, look at all these side quests I haven't done here either. Oh god. Oh my god. Ahty, Yugiri. My apologies if I gave you cause for concern. Assessing the state of affairs here in Asari has proven difficult. To put it simply, the people, one and all, refuse to speak with me. They simply bow their heads and turn away at my approach. Knowing the blasphemy originated here, I cannot help but wonder if that has aught to do with their silence. Perhaps you could attempt to engage with the people in my stead? Surely they have no cause to deny the two of you.
What are you doing?
One of my favorite parts of Stormblood. Yeah. Holy heck. I had a real hard time with that duty. I forget what it was, but like, you know, we all had to start out and figure out the spot in the middle of the step to actually travel there and guard it. And basically slay anybody who would try to take the spot from us. Duty. Ooh, pets. And a pop. I'm doing okay, Yami. A little tired from today. Aw, thank you, Iyami. I should hope not. Nevertheless, I will don a disguise, lest I draw undue attention. Come, Ahty, let us see what we can discover. Thank you, both of you. Love you too, Iyami. God, your redeems are the best. Ah! Noah Fox, thank you so much for the raid. Holy heck. Holy butts. Welcome. How was Final Fantasy tonight? What were y'all doing? Holy heck. Thank you so much, Noah. Thank you so much. More raids. Helping out a group. Pushing. Oh my god. More raids. Helping out a group. Pushing the first Enrage MP4s. Interesting. Cash12121. Thank you so much for the follow. Holy heck.
What Ahty doing?
This stream is always both wholesome and chaotic. Oh my god! Holy shit!
What Ahty doing?
Oh my god. Well, no, when you're not wrong.
What Ahty doing?
You know, every time I stream, I bring just a tiny bit. I bring a tiny bit of my gremlin energy, and of course, with that gremlin energy, are thus born more gremlins. So that's what we have here. You've got a lot of gremlins. You're not wrong. I love it all the same, though. Although sometimes I gotta put the gremlins in the corner. I gotta add cooldowns sometimes, but, you know, it is what it is. It's okay. No one has a Moogle to increase the chaos. Ah, I see. Well, I'm sapped out of gremlin energy because I'm tired enough to feel like sleeping. Oh, okay. Ah, and I assume Synesis, that you're that Moogle? Do I have that nailed, or did I get it wrong? No worries, Lucas. Have a great night, okay? Rest well. Have a good sleep. So, no, when we're in the Endwalker MSQ, we're at the part of the what did Tozu say these were? I forget. But it's like it's that part of Endwalker that, you know, just like with Shadowbringers, you get to a point where like you have these class quests. We're kind of at that point, so that we're back in Doma, you know, and we're helping out with that because we're the physical ranged quest, role quests. Yeah, there we go. So that's what we're in the middle of doing. So I have to gather information from villagers, and this is a stroll down memory lane, because like, gosh, I was here months and months and months ago streaming, and I remember all of this too. I think you're on Primal. I was gonna invite you and friends to our blind run of the Alliance raid on Tuesday if you finish the MSQ, but we're on Crystal, Sag. Oh, no worries. So no one, that's why I'm really happy when, I'll be really happy when 6.1 finally drops, because then we'll have data center hopping. Or if that's coming in 6.18. I forget which. But it's really soon. Oop, pets. There we go. Oh, I should also hydrate, yep. Have fun with the roll quest. Aw, thank you. Sinesis, thank you so much for the follow. Aw, heck. Oh, your thing is butt coins. Well then. If you're gonna follow for anything, follow for the butt coins. How else are you going to procure the gremlin currency? How do I mine for Bitcoin? Well, see, that's very easy, no one. All you have to do is plop your cheeks down in your chair and watch the stream. That's it. The butt coins come to you. Ah, Guthix Titan, welcome. Also 41%. That's not a bad butt check. But I keep losing them uncontrollably.
Nut.
The nozzle.
His cheap button must press. I may have to raise the price again at some point.
Nut.
More like Fi-ass currency. What? Gotta love chaos, yeah. I owe a great debt to Lord Hien. If not for him, I would still be fighting under the Imperial standard. But the village suffered dearly under the occupation. What's more, our lord failed to punish the viceroy for her crimes, and failed to reunite many with their loved ones. I understand why some would think poorly of him, even if I do not. Oh, that's something different. Okay. Dim something, welcome. A blasphemy? You are mistaken, my friend. Our village was visited not by a monster, but a kami. Izanami. Happy Sunday to you too, Dim something. When Lord Hien is cold and callous, she offers us boundless compassion and love. That doesn't sound very cash money. Aye, that's right. The blasphemy was born of a young woman here in Asari. Tragic, really. Every day she prayed for the safe return of her husband, but it was not to be. If I am to be honest, I fear the loss drove her poor stepmother mad. Kisei has ever been a devout believer in the kami and their blessings, but she's somehow convinced herself that Minato has become one. The delusions of a grieving parent, obviously, but an alarming number of people have come to share in her belief. Heresy is what it is. see. Little wonder they would refuse to confide in me. The belief held by some that this blasphemy is a kami, however, is quite concerning. Izanami presides over life and death. She gave birth to the nation of Doma, and ushers souls of the departed unto the land of the dead. I trust you understand what it would mean to deny them a source of hope in such dark times, even one such as this. The villagers also claim this Kisei can speak with the dead. In fact, she will be holding a gathering to demonstrate her powers ere long. The perfect opportunity to gauge the extent of their fanaticism. Not for me, of course. My presence would draw undue attention. Might I ask you both to attend in my stead? Her followers will be gathering at the tavern. Come. O spirits of Asari, I beseech you, lend me your voice and let your presence be known. Cross the veil and be among us once more. Aketsu. Oop, pets. Here we are. Can't let you be without pets for too long. Aw, thank you. I haven't done these, so I'm gonna head out. Have fun. Alrighty, take care, no one. Take care. Have a great night, and thank you so much for the raid earlier. Thank you so much. Father? Still tending the nets, like I taught you? Yes, Father. Every day. Thanks to you, we never want for fish. Our bellies are never empty. I am proud to be your son. I was always too embarrassed to tell you before, but... And I am proud to have been your father. May you be ever blessed by the sea's bounty. It hurts. I may be a little out of it today, keep spacing out, but as always, I'm here to support and help you, Fresh Bean. Thank you so much, Ayami. Father, what's wrong? He is in terrible pain, my child. Those who have cheated death's design yet live. It has disrupted the natural order, and the spirits suffer for it. What must we do to ease their pain? Fear not. Izanami shall put all to rights. She will claim the souls not long for this world, and deliver them unto the hereafter. When her work is finished, your father's spirit and all the others will find peace. Can you find my father? Can you help me speak with him? Kisei, Kisei, can you commune with my husband? What about my family? Help me, Kisei, please. Interesting. So, is Kisei's ability all that she claims? young man spoke with his dearly departed father through her? I find that rather hard to believe. Even so, those in attendance appeared quite convinced, my lord. And I suspect a great many of the villagers I've spoken with recently are as well. Everywhere I went, the people were in so much pain, and there was nothing I could do or say to give them solace. Yet for all their anguish, there has not been a single report of villagers turning since the incident with Tonbo's brother. Which can only mean word of Kisei and her ability to speak with the deceased has spread. The belief we can commune with our loved ones in death is a comfort far beyond my power to provide. Though I fail to see how the people would abide the Kame claiming innocent lives to restore order. She comes! Izanami! The blasphemy? Here? Lord Hien, the Kami. She appeared as if from nowhere, and in the next instant this poor man was... So we were too late. I spoke with him before in Asari. You recognize him then? Curious that he and the blasphemy's first victim were former conscripts. What could the fiend be after, I wonder? It does not become my lord to speak ill of the Kami. Oop, things are getting dark now. Ah, Kuroja, thank you so much for the raid. Beans! How's your stream tonight? How was Stranger of Paradise? Oh, but you were already there. You were playing Stranger. You were playing something else too. Yeah, you were. Did you switch over to Stranger of Paradise? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. So, what are you thinking of? What do you think of Life is Strange: True Colors so far? It was a good episode. Definitely thinking this Life is Strange is going down as the best one in the series for me. Oh, awesome! It's really good. I really enjoy watching people play it. It's pretty awesome. I understand you are come to investigate the rumors of a monster born in our village. A blasphemy, you called it? But you are sorely mistaken. The entire LARP section was phenomenal. I think I've just missed that one repeatedly. This is high praise given how much he liked OG Life is Strange too. Yeah. And Senseless Musing, thank you for popping by. It's always nice to see you. My stepdaughter, Minato, was chosen to serve as a vessel for Izanami. I witnessed her ascension with my own eyes. Minato, please. I can't. I won't. There's no logic in it, no justice. The Witch of Doma spared, given a second chance, and my husband, condemned to die as a conscript. I'll never know what became of him. Lord Hien can't give me even that. And when I look at the families he made whole, at their happiness, I feel the hole in my heart, the gaping wound that will never heal, begin to bleed. Only at my beloved's side will I find peace. You mustn't lose faith, Minato. You mustn't lose faith, Minato. All will be well. Trust in the Kami, in Izanami. I want to believe, but wow. Izanami is come to bring peace to the souls of the departed, to restore balance between their world and ours. Surely you would not dare defy the will of the Kami? This balance you speak of has claimed the lives of 2 innocents but recently returned to us. I cannot, I will not accept that the Kami would condone such cruelty. No crueler than the sight of Yatsuyu free and forgiven, while my husband and son fought Garlemald's wars, now dead and forgotten in a foreign land. With all due respect, Lord Hien, it is not your duty to protect Doma and her people? How are we to place our faith in the man who places the enemy's safety and well-being above that of his own subjects? Only the Kami are deserving of our adoration, as they all have always been. Indeed, the OG set a solid foundation, and this one built off it extremely well, indeed. Why do I not remember this cutscene? Did you do the role quests? Did you do the role quests in Endwalker? Oh, I haven't done those yet. You were the second person tonight to tell me that. And I've been streaming for barely over an hour. Saving those for my last classes that need leveled, okay. Probably for the worst classes, like, looks to see if Bradbury's around. Paladin. Oh, heck. That's funny. The villagers are no doubt loath to ask it of me, but preparations must be made for burials and funeral rites. I can offer that much at least. You seemed distracted during our conversation with Kisei. Is something the matter? The echo, and the blasphemy was indeed born of her stepdaughter. Anyway, really sorry to raid and dip. I may be back, but I want to run to town real quick to get Grandpa ice cream. And get more milk since the half-gallon I picked up this morning was 6 days expired. What? Yikes. Alrighty. Take care, Karoja. And, you know, no worries. I mean, life has ways of interfering with, like, fun things that we really want to do. But, like, take care and be safe. And, hopefully we see you later. If not, have a great night. Yeah, found that out halfway through a glass. Milk shouldn't be sour and fizzy. No, definitely not. Ugh. My skin's crawling just thinking about it. Yikes. To bear witness to such horror. How her mind must have struggled to comprehend what she saw. You dissing my pilk? Nope. There was no Pepsi involved. I'll leave the stream open. Be back in like 20 or so. Alrighty. I had that happen to me exactly once, and from then on, I look at all of the dates on milk when I get it from the supermarket. And as a woman of faith, perhaps her only surviving family becoming one with the divine was the only reality with which she could come to terms. I believe I know now what must be done. I but pray her fervor does not drive her to oppose us. Come, let us return to the Enclave. From what you told me of your vision, the nature of Minato's despair, as well as the focus of her ire, is clear. 'Tis plain she was a good-natured and kind-hearted woman, grieving for the loss of her husband. This loss alone may not have been enough to turn her, but my failure to hold Yatsuyu to account, together with the sight of other families reunited, compounded the turmoil in her broken heart. Path to despair paved by my good intentions. A truth that will weigh heavy on my conscience unto my dying day. Minato was prepared to die in sadness rather than live in hatred. If she could see the beast she has become, she would implore us to stop her. Which is why we must find the others who will return to us in the prisoner exchange before they come to harm. Once their safety is assured, we may hunt down the blasphemy and begin to bring a close to this tragedy. Oh, I cannot read tonight. This place looks very smoky. It does. It really does. I was commenting on that when we returned here, that I don't remember this being like that before. Ah, Ahty, if you are come to ask after the blasphemy, I have naught to share. As of yet, our shinobi have seen no sign of the beast. The returnees, however, are all accounted for, and and Lord Hien has seen them safely to the Qiangan. As such, he is presently assisting with the hunt. What's the weather? Sometimes the fog effects look like that. Ah, okay. For a blessing, there have been no reports of other villagers turning, and yet, before the situation takes a turn for the worse, there is a matter I feel warrants further investigation. Kisei. Though a villager of Asari, I suspect she may, in fact, hail from my home. Sui no Sato. Playing hit video game Final Fantasy XIV tonight. Wait, is this physical ranged questline being started? Yep. Have you not done this either, Drock? I've done healer and magic DPS quest lines. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is Fizz ranged. We're not that far into it, actually. I've done healer and magic DPS quest lines, but not Fizz ranged, Fizz melee, or tank. Okay. My feet hurt, oof. Ah, Tozu. Yikes. I can tell you that magic ranged is best because of my boy Amaric being part of it. I'm jealous. Although, I do like Doma. Knowing they would be loath to answer my inquiries, I entreated the Kojin to contact Sui no Sato in my set. While contact with the outside world is kept to a minimum, they have ever maintained relations with the blue of Tamamizu. At mention of Kisei, however, their cordial warmth turns strangely cold. Uh-oh. If we are to learn more, I fear we have little choice but to go and speak with the people of Sui no Sato ourselves. A simple visit for you, I imagine, but my banishment complicates matters. Fun fact, both Raban and Amaric voice actors in Xenoblade. Yes. But also Graha. Every time I see Graha's name, I think of Graha and the burger. That giant burger. And just the look of bliss on his face when he chows down on it. I just want Raban to protect me like Gado. Aww. I have decreed Graha as is my Warrior of Light's canon husband. That's fair. That's fair. Y'shtola's my canon wife. Just saying. Nom 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 nom. You're not wrong, Ahty. Yeah, it looks like it's clearing. It looks like it was fog. That's really interesting. 1 second, folks. Yes, here it is. I found it. Graha and his burger. That said, it has been many years since I left home. Were I to disguise myself, I might well go unnoticed in your company, if you are willing to take the risk. Thank you. Let us make for Anakoro then. Alright. Anakoro. Actually, I might do this the easier way. Yeah, here we are. Eric from Dragon Quest XI shares voice actors with a few Endwalker characters. Interesting. I haven't played any of the Dragon Quest games. Maybe that would be another idea for the stream at some point. Dragon Quest. I am going to cry. What? Lise shares voice actor with Dragon Quest XI character Jade. I have no idea who that is, but I mean, holy heck, that would be a stroll down memory lane just playing that game even. Didn't Yoshi P work on the Dragon Quest series before taking over Final Fantasy XIV? Stinzik? I have no idea. I have no idea. That would be a really interesting little tidbit of information, though. And Stinzik, welcome. See, the person I would ask that of has stepped out, but and that would be Corrosia. Corrosia would probably know that. Grinwat shares voice actors with some rather plot-heavy Dragon Quest XI characters too. Wow. The garments I wore when we first met. Sufficient, I think, to conceal my identity. Wow. Also a trip down memory lane. Holy heck. How many years has it been since last I saw home? I am a shinobi of Doma, aye, but even as a child, I sought to ensure the safety and survival of Suino Sato. I was quite bold in those days, if not a touch reckless, and together with the other children I often ventured beyond the borders of home. We yearned for adventure, and so one day we sought to behold the wonders of Doma. Imagine our horror to discover a city of ruin and ash, Imperial soldiers marching through the streets. We fled at the sight, but in my haste, I lost my way in the bamboo groves. It was there I first met a young boy named Shun, a sweaty mess as he swung his wooden sword with reckless abandon. Training to fulfill his duty as a samurai, he said. Having seen the destruction of which the Empire was capable, I too felt the need to protect my home. I joined him in his exercises, and every day my resolve to protect those I love grew. Sadly, my elders refused to listen, and they were content to remain hidden beneath the waves, and hopefully, the Empire's notice. With a heavy heart, I left in search of the strength I believed we sorely needed, and I found it as a shinobi. But the people feared war and conflict would follow on my heels should I return. I do not begrudge them their decision, nor do I regret mine own. Part of me is overjoyed at the thought of seeing home again, openly defying the wishes of the Ruby Princess. However, would bode ill for my family. They have suffered enough for my transgressions. That is why, for their sake, I would remain naught but a faceless shinobi at your employ. Thank you. With that in mind, let us make for Sweet Nosato. Wow, it's been ages since I've been back there. Yeah, remember when Yugiri looked like this? All these years, yet naught appears to have changed since the day I left. But now is not the time to reminisce. We have work to do. Kisei's departure from Sweet Nosato was likely decades ago. Perhaps the village elders will know why she chose to leave. And remember this place? Holy heck. Kisei? The name sounds familiar, and yet... Apologies, friend. My memory is not what it once was. Let us seek out another. Oh, they're gonna be down. Fun fact, Euron J, Metal Face, and an early game Dragon Quest XI boss named Jarvis share voice actors. Wow. I have the ROFL MAO song stuck in my head. Boop 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 boop. Would you guess that Jarvis is a jar-holding dragon? What? My, it has been quite some time since I last heard that name. She was a priestess of the village, banished after drawing the ire of the former Ruby Princess. So I'm at the gas station, and the sheriff is there checking the posting board inside. Says something's been going around town posting... Someone's been going around town posting posters identifying someone as a sex offender. Sheriff says he wants to catch whoever is doing it because that's a federal hate crime. That sheriff needs to go back to school. So here in Oregon, one of the first things that happens when a sex offender is released from prison and located and like relocated, they have to inform the state whenever they move, right? And everyone who is in the immediate vicinity, like all of the neighbors, are informed that there's a sex offender living in their midst, basically. And they are given all of the details. I mean, that's law, essentially. Like, I don't know if other states have similar things, but that's what it's like here. Explains why he and his men let a family friend of ours get killed a year or two ago. Yeah, incompetent. Yeah, and like straight up stupid. The only way that might be true is if it's calling a queer person a sex offender for not doing anything. Okay, well, you know, they're considering that there's stuff going around like let's see. Folks have been picking up the term groomer and incorrectly applying it to trans folks and using it and just basically using the word wrongly to attack trans folks. It could be something like that, but I don't know. Oh my god. Duilla Chai's voice actor got a role as a female tarnished voice actor in Elden Ring. Wow. But like just IDing someone as on the list isn't a hate crime. Yeah, it isn't. Surely a rural sheriff knows federal hate crime laws. We shouldn't doubt the rural sheriff. ACAB, yes, senseless, thank you. You mean the... Yes, I do. Yeah, they're trying to redefine it. In this case, it's possible. But I have no idea as I haven't seen any of these posters. Oh my gosh. What a world to live in. What has become of her after all these years, I wonder? Please, is there anything else you can tell us? Unagi was quite close with her, if memory serves. Perhaps you should seek her out. This is a key. Oh, that would explain things, Kuroja. Mother, I had hoped to avoid my parents, but if there's no other way, Ahty, might I ask you to take the lead? Well, here's the thing. The groomer shit has been used as a reason to hate queer people since forever, okay? This is the first time I've heard of it, but the thing is, though, I've been kind of more in tune with the... I've been quite closer to the queer community as of late, so this is the first time I've heard of it. There are social etiquette films from the 50s and 60s that basically say as much. Oh, interesting. Why do early level DPS leveling be like that? To be fair, a lot of queer history disappeared after the AIDS crisis, yeah. Because most of our elders ended up dying. Yeah, and the general presumption that what Kuroja said are all gay, still popular in society, yep. I suppose it is common for, like, seriously misinformed folks to draw those conclusions. But, you know, that's kind of their MO. It's just not caring enough to be informed, or straight up not believing facts. So... Okay, I can't do that. I need to do this, because this is part of the quest. "'Tis good to see you again. To what do we owe the honor of your visit?" Kisei. "Yes, we were close, but that was a long, long time ago." "Still, if I can be of assistance to the woman to whom we owe so much, I will share all I know. Anyway, senseless musing, did you see we hit our 300 follower goal tonight?" "Whoa, really? Kuroja, holy heck, congrats!" Congratulations. That's heckin' huge. Kisei was born to a family of priests, and even at an early age she was possessed of extraordinary abilities. Much was expected of her, but everything changed the day she said she could speak with the dead. No one believed her, at first, but she continued to insist that she could, and strove to prove it by demonstrating knowledge well beyond her years, knowledge of events to which she could not have been privy. Word of her talent eventually reached the Ruby Princess, and she was summoned to Shisui of the Violet Tides for a private audience. No one knows what Kisei said to her in the palace, only that the princess was incandescent with rage and ordered her exile forthwith. Some believe Kisei revealed a terrible secret of the royal house, or perhaps spoke a blatant falsehood that proved her a liar. Indeed, the knowledge she claimed to divine from the dead was not always truthful, but who is to say the dead would know the truth, or not to seek to deceive us? Thus could we never be certain if it was simply a fantasy or a power divine. The one thing that is certain is that no small number of people found comfort in her words. Would that I could tell you more, but sadly I have not seen or spoken with Kisei since your banishment. Forgive me, but have we met your companion before? She looks familiar. I believe this is the first time our humble shinobi has visited sweet Nosato. Back from getting dinner and letting my Keurig clean itself. Alrighty. Welcome back, Supazippy. Ah, is that so? For the briefest of moments, you reminded me of someone quite dear to my heart. Being a shinobi, I presume you have heard tales of Yogiri Mistwalker? Should you chance to meet her, may I ask you to deliver her a message? Tell her that her mother and father love her, that we could not be more proud of her. I will. I have no doubt she feels the same, and not a day goes by without you in her thoughts. Ahem. I believe we have heard enough. Shall we return to Anakoro? Hey, so fun fact, I think Final Fantasy XIV might have gotten inspiration for the Reaper class from another Square property on Ahty. One of the demons you attune with uses a scythe and has the same teleport portals as Reaper. Interesting. My apologies for placing you in so peculiar a situation. Though I must confess, it did my heart good to see Mother and Father well. All the more reason I must do all I can to keep the peace. As a shinobi of Doma, no, as a member of the Eastern Alliance. Mayhap there will come a day when Suino Sato opens to the world, a day when Yudgiri Mistwalker can be reunited with her mother and father. Would that Lord Hien could be afforded the same opportunity. But Lord Hien and Lady Mina have long since passed. Two of too many lives lost to the Imperial occupation. I cannot imagine he would ever succumb to despair, but make no mistake, Lord Hien knows the pain of his people all too well. I can see it in his eyes, and if I may be honest, it troubles me at times. But perhaps I have said too much. Come, we mustn't keep him waiting. Back to the Doman Enclave. Welcome back. I trust your journey proved an enlightening one. So she does, in fact, hail from Suino Sato. And you say she has possessed these divine gifts since childhood? Genuine or no, the people believe her, and more flock to her side with every passing day. But the returnees are safe in the Kian camp. Its defense is bolstered. As for the blasphemy, I have spoken with our Confederate allies, among others, and together we will establish a network of contacts across the length and breadth of Doma. To take up the search in earnest. Mark my words, we will find it. Interesting. You've arrived not a moment too soon. The blasphemy has been sighted on the coast. For a mercy, there is no reported casualties as of yet. Just the woman I was hoping to see. No sooner had we cast wide our net than a Confederate messenger was at our door. If you would join us, Rasho awaits our arrival in Onokoro. Off to Anokoro we go. You know, honestly, I thought very briefly last week, I was like, I wonder what my character would look like as an aura. Speaking of Confederacy, someone clipped one of my earlier Final Fantasy XIV streams when I said the Confederacy in Final Fantasy XIV is proof not all Confederates are bad. Damn regulars trying to cancel me. I don't know, Kuroja. As you get more famous, I don't know. Things get to people's heads, and people do weird stuff and say weird things when they're famous. Kuro keeps saying things that get him canceled. That's not our fault. He'll never stop me. Kuroja, maybe you should just have like a super high currency redeem. Like 10,000. That just says cancel me. No, well actually no, 10,000's not too is too little. 1 million, cancel me. And when somebody redeems it, you just you stop the stream right then and there. You just you don't say a word. You just hit stream off. And then you go and do something else. Or you could do a 50,000 point redemption. That's basically like, you know, it's basically you roasting whoever redeemed it. Well now, that the noble Lord Doma of Doma should come in person once again, mayhap these blasphemies truly are a threat. I could redeem that 4 times over. I could never roast senseless musing. She's impossible to roast. I don't know. Kuroja, nothing is impossible, for 1. And for 2, that's why the price would be so high. Because if it's too cheap, people would do it all the time, right? But now, you know that it's like, okay, 50,000 butt coins. Think of something to roast senseless musing with. What am I gonna do? Say she's a good cook and a book nerd? I already do that for free. Fair. Oh, and actually, Senseless, now that you're in the stream, I wanted to ask you something. So I know... Oh, bean me. Okay, I'm getting beaned. Bean! So what I was thinking, Senseless, is like I floated the idea a couple of weeks ago about creating a few different t-shirts. So I wanted to have one of them be like kind of like a butt coin on the front of it. But I know that, you know, with the butt coin currency thing that you created for the stream that we still use and that we are always going to use, by the way, I was wondering if I put a butt coin on the front of a t-shirt, it would be different than what we have as a stream currency. I mean, is it okay with you if we did that sort of a thing? because I had like an artist or two in mind that I was going to commission to do like kind of a semi-detailed butt coin, something that was detailed enough to have on the front of a shirt. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to ask you this first because like I know that like I wanted to reassure you that the butt coin currency in the stream as it is will never ever change. And you will always be credited with that. I mean, the current butt coin as it exists, it's under Creative Commons, but I don't know if it allows commercial use, e.g. for shirts, right? And that's another reason why I felt like I wouldn't be able to use what we have here in the stream. As senseless as the agent, I demand she gets 2% revenue and 10k up front. CC for the butt part, which is most of the image, yeah. Okie doke. Yeah, I mean, I have an artist in mind that does charge a little extra for commissions that could potentially turn a profit. Which the money that would be coming from like any and all merch would be cycled right back into the stream again for different stuff. I'm very careful about keeping funds from the stream separate from my own personal accounts. CC for the butt part. Sounds like either the worst email reply or the best, depending. Yeah, I just thought it would be fun to have, like, you know, some stickers and like, a few shirts. Because I was just, like, thinking a few weeks ago, like, how cool and awesome it would be to be, like, in the supermarket, like, you know, getting some apples or whatever. And then, like, looking up and seeing somebody wearing a shirt that they would get from the Stream Elements merch store with my BS on it. I don't know why Automod caught all that, but whatever. If you want to be CC'd for butts, I don't know if I would personally oblige, but I'm sure I can find some. or peaches. Yeah, it was more going to be kind of like my my fursona on the front of the coin that I was thinking. And then kind of a play on words, like, you know how, like, on a quarter you've got George Washington's head, right? His silhouette. And then I think it's over the top, it says, like, "In God We Trust," or something like that. But for the butt coin, it would just be "In Butts We Trust." And it would just be a kind of a caricature of my persona. It's just, I see it vividly in my head. I just need to find an artist to put it on paper. Oh, that last part probably did it. Probably, yeah. Yes, but now Automod has been trained to not automod people who say prawn. To be honest, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. With the tail and the safety clip, yes. Since that's your signature, yeah, it's kind of a brand now. Ahty brand butt plugs. What? Yeah, but instead of an actual butt plug, it's like the plug on the end of an electrical cord. There we go. You know you could get raccoon butt plug tails on the internet, right? Yes, senseless. This is not my first rodeo. Nobody bought any of the Caro brand butt plugs. Not a lot of demand for bearded white guy. Oh my gosh. So, are you saying that Caro is an innocent being? Because I'm ready to debate you on that. That's because bearded white guys a dime a dozen nowadays. See Twitter, yeah. Senseless. I saw my first prawn when I was a toddler. Never been. See, also the guy who claims that you can beard splain. Jesus. Indeed they are, and I was told you and yours cited our quarry quite recently. Aye, that we did, near the islands of Shoal Rock. The beast appeared to be docile by all accounts, but appearances can be deceiving. If it is as you say, and this blasphemy has eyes only for former conscripts, then we have naught to fear. I trust those we accepted into our care are still in yours at the Kianka, enjoying the finest Domon hospitality. Anyway, let's get back to Endwalker. I don't know if Twitch checks chats, but this might be too lewd. Oh, I've seen it get much worse than this. Senseless, I think we're fine. Can't believe I threw a Chocobo GP race just to talk about prawn. WTF, Senseless. Caro, that's your problem. We streamed Kuryu typing on keyboards to cam girls in Yakuza. I'm sure butt plugs are fair game. I've been tending to the chocobos near the Mist Apartments, and I hope the owners of these chocobos are doing okay in life. If you chose to throw a chocobo race to talk about prawn, that's your problem. Well, especially chicken wings. This chocobo has been here for months. Anyway, I know not why it came to the Ruby Sea, nor why it remains idle. But if we act quickly, there is a chance we can take it unawares. I propose we divide our forces. If you're willing to go ashore, we'll take a ship and circle about the islands. The first to find it will have the honor of the kill. Ha! A simple enough plan. Shall we be off to Shoal Rock then? I've only ever stabled my chocobo for like 2 days at max. Seen so many stables that have never seen a broom. Want to call Raban in to take care of this neglect. Yeah, there you go. Then there's me. I can never ever be without Nugs. Nugs is my baby. He's my baby boy. If I ever move to Colorado, I'll never be without nugs either. So what happens if you do neglect a stable? I don't know. I think that basically the chocobos are there for eternity. This is where the blasphemy was last sighted. If the fates are kind, this will all be over soon. Yep, there it is. Such speed. I doubt even my falcons could keep pace with it. Caro, if you move to Colorado, you've got to write a Viking pyre in your will. It's the only state that'll allow you. Of course it is, because it's a landlocked state. There is no sea in Colorado. You'd basically have to, like, put wheels on a surfboard and, like, kick it off a mountain. Although, I'm not gonna lie, that would be a pretty badass Viking funeral right there, if you're strapped to a surfboard on wheels and kicked off a mountain. Nothing as far as I know, other than I think you can't train them unless the stable's in good condition, or their training food won't be as effective. Guess I could, though I'm still going to die mauled by a bear while skydiving, so might have to collect some pieces for the pyre. Well, also they have a lot more freedom in terms of how to treat your corpse. Random facts! We'll get an effigy made, no problem. Bah, don't tell me that's the blasphemy flying off into the distance. I hope the ill will it bore me in life might compel the beast to stay and fight. Perhaps less of Minato remains than I thought. Minato? That monstrosity was Minato? You knew her? Her family tried to flee to Hingashi during the occupation, but their ship was raided and sunk. When we happened upon the wreckage, she was huddled between her parents on a piece of flotsam, desperate to keep warm, but they had long since grown cold. We took her to Onokoro, where she was nursed back to health. Couldn't imagine what horrors she must have witnessed. The mere sight of our weapons was enough to make her start screaming. She was clearly unfit for our trade, so we sought a village that might take her in. Asari was that village. Several months later, I chanced to meet her on this very beach. She was in the company of a young Ori fisherman. and I knew at once she had found more than a home here. I saw them here many times after that. She found something comforting about this place, I think. According to reports from Razat Han, the memories and desires of those who can turn can influence their behavior as blasphemies. Then perhaps Minato's memories are what compelled the beast to come here. That would also explain its timid nature. Minato was never one for violence, and the sight of you, blade drawn, no doubt stirred what little of the woman remains in that monster. If that is the case, an assault on the Kien-Kin is unlikely, guarded as it is by our samurai. But how are we to fight an enemy so quick to flee at the first sign of danger? Robbed of her parents, her husband, and now her life, I would rather we didn't have to at all. But I understand full well the risk we take by doing nothing. If we catch sight of the blasphemy again, you will be the first to know. Perhaps next time we can put her soul to rest. A sea serpent. Ah, Kryuki, welcome. Look at all those emotes. How you doing, Kryuki? Hope you're well tonight. There is naught to do now but bide our time. Come, let us return to the Enclave. I'm doing well as always, thanks for asking. No problem, Ryuki. Oof. I'm actually rather thankful that the transformation from person to blasphemy isn't as graphic as it was from going person to sin eater. Because you all remember that part of Shadowbringers, right? I mean, that scarred me. Yeah, when Alize's friend got turned, yeah. I forget her name, but like and I'm looking it up right now. Tesleen. Yep. Watching Tesleen get turned was just... I'm never gonna be the same after that. Given what we have learned, it seems likely that the blasphemy will return to Shoal Rock. But that knowledge will avail us not if we cannot prevent it from escaping again. I was also on Tim's playthrough stream finale of him fighting the last boss on Elden Ring, and he did it. Oh, awesome. Heckin' awesome. That's a Tim.K. right? Because there's also Timmy Gruesome. I also follow a different Tim. Fluffy, welcome. That is a cute emote. I love it. Oh, those emotes are so cute. Holy heck. And how am I not following you? How was I not following you earlier? I am so sorry. That was a gross as hell oversight on my part. Which I just fixed it. But holy heck, I'm sorry. But that's what I love about like emotes when you use them in other people's chats. It's just like, oh, that's cute, and you can click on the emote. It makes the emote look bigger, but then I can tell if I'm following a person or not. Or I can hop right to your channel from there. I love that whole mechanic. Lord Hien. On behalf of the people of Asari, we are come with a request. We welcome you with open arms and open hearts. What is it you would ask of me? Those returned to us in the prisoner exchange have been granted shelter at the Kin. That they yet live is an affront to the Kami's grand design, and the spirits of our loved ones suffer for it. Balance must needs be restored, and so I beseech you to render them unto the goddess Izanami. Wow, what's this? But I had that race in the bag, but the auto drive when I activated Steiner's ultimate drove me into a wall at a fork. Oh no. Absolutely not. 'Tis not our place to pray for the death of others, nor draw steel to sate mere bloodlust. When I take a life, be it by command or by my own hand, I do so not in service to vengeance, but to uphold my duty to Doma and her people. How did your mercy for Yatsuyu serve your duty? How were your people made better by the sight of her walking free? For her crimes and her cruelty, I cut her down the day we took Doma Castle. I sought to kill her, and by rights she should have died then and there. I blame Joe Biden. Yatsuyu, yeah. But the Kami willed it otherwise, and returned her to us alive and bereft of her memories. With no recollection of her deeds, it would have been Tsuyu who faced punishment, not Yatsuyu. This was my judgment, and for it you were denied the justice you deserved. You have every right to resent me. But you come before me and ask that I sacrifice men and women whose only crime was to suffer, to be condemned to a life of servitude. If you truly believe your cause to be sacrosanct, believe yourselves fit to bear the burden and swing the sword, then step forward. sophistry and lies. They were meant to die. The spirits demand it. Are these the words of the dead, or the living who yet mourn? Oh my god. Gosetsu, holy shit. Yep, that's my reaction right there. I was wondering when we were gonna see him again. Holy heck. Word of the Asari priestess and her gifts has spread far and wide, and I thought to see the truth of it myself. By coincidence, I crossed paths with a traveler hailing from the selfsame village, who had a mind to return as well, but alas could not. And so he bid me deliver a missive in his stead. Our boy Daddy Samurai has a strong heart. Yep. I still can't believe he shaved his head. Judging by the striking resemblance, I take it you are the young fisher Akitsu? This is a letter from my father. He was severely wounded in battle, but expects to make a full recovery? Oh, wow, she's a liar. Why is he bald? Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, he looks like he could be playing Jack Chaos from Stranger of Paradise in his off time. I'm gonna remember that, so when I start playing Stranger of Paradise in the future, I'm gonna remember that and compare. So his dad's not dead. Interesting. He's alive, but that would mean... Surely a woman of your talents can divine a plausible explanation for this turn of events? You shall pay for this contumely. My daughter will make certain of that. Wow, I'm surprised they let her leave. Wow. Holy heck. Apologies for the abrupt and otherwise unannounced arrival. As you can see, my Lord Hien, I am returned. Full glad am I for it. Thanks to your timely arrival, we had given the lie to Kisei's claims of preternatural powers. I gather you are apprised of recent events? Aye. It did not take long to learn the state of affairs here in Doma, and that my assistance may be required. I had heard tales of Kisei channeling the dead, including the father of one young fisherman. Imagine my surprise when I saw this spirit in the flesh. He was also on pilgrimage, paying respects to the departed, and we chanced to meet in a Liberation Front infirmary. Would that we were not brought back together under such circumstances, but I am glad to see you all hale and hearty. Tonbo? Is something the matter? I wish to apologize, Lord Hien. It was wrong of me to say the things I did. I understand nothing can bring back my father, but I was so angry. Please, Tonbo, you needn't apologize. It's just, my brother was always so brave, but father's death was more than he could bear, and it turned him into that monster. If he wasn't brave enough, what chance do I have? We wanted to perform the rites for father, but the body was never returned to us, so... not that I blame you for that, Lord Hien. I understand nothing could be done. That Akitsu's father survived is nothing short of a miracle, but I fear he is indeed the rare exception. I have offered prayers at more graves than I can count. It would be cruel to give others the false hope that their loved ones might return. And yet Kisei continues to do just that, offering comfort with their lives. A tempting but ephemeral balm for wounds that have yet to heal. Much like the anger some harbor for you, or resentment for the families restored while theirs remains broken. But for those like that poor boy whose hearts lack for hatred, who know only sadness and despair, they too may turn. Exposing the truth of Kisei's deception hasn't helped matters. If we are to prevent more suffering, we must pursue a lasting solution. I would be most grateful for your counsel, Gosetsu. There is much I could learn from your pilgrimage. Gonna head on out. Got a big day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. And you take care too, Gabe. Best of luck tomorrow. I'll be thinking of you. And please, please, please let us know how it all goes. If there is aught you require, but say the word and it shall be done. Of course, thank you so much. Thank you, Gabe. Have a great night and rest well. It is the least I can do for the part I played in Yatsuyu's tragedy. I failed her in the end, but I will not fail you, my lord. Thank you again for your aid, Ahty. The day's events have given me much to consider. When our next step is decided, you will be the first to know. Alright, 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. So let's see where this goes. Regrettably, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy since our first encounter at Shoal Rock. As Tansui surmised, it seems to fear confrontation. We, for our part, have tried to make good use of this intervening calm. Even now, Lord Hien and Gosetsu discuss how we might prevent other villagers from turning. If you would wait here a moment, he would no doubt wish to hear your thoughts on the matter. Ahty, so glad you could come. As Yugiri no doubt explained, the blasphemy continues to elude us, and so we have turned our attention to other matters we can and should address. After long discussions and much deliberation, we believe we have found a means to allay the growing malaise of our people. If you would, Gosetsu? The idea came to us after considering young Tonbo's remarks about his father, whose body was never found and returned to Doma. Others no doubt share in his melancholy, unable to bury and mourn their loved ones as is their right. Put simply, they cannot make peace with their loss. Their anguish, if left to linger, may consume them as well. That we might provide the people of Doma with comfort and closure, we will hold a national funeral at the Swallow's Compass. Those who choose to attend will be asked to present personal effects of the deceased they wish to be enshrined there. Spirits reside in all things, be they living or inanimate. And though we may die, a part of us lives on in the items we cherished most in life. Therefore, in lieu of remains, these belongings will be afforded a place in the royal mausoleum, that the spirits of those lost to us may find their way home, to Doma, and at last know peace. The announcement has already been made, and a great many people are now engaged in the difficult task of deciding which keepsake will serve as their offering. 'Tis not a decision to be made lightly, but I suspect they will have made up their minds by the time we go collect their chosen tokens. I also hope to learn more about the departed from those willing to speak with me, for my benefit and for theirs. To break free of their sorrow, they must seek joy in the memories and the love they shared with the departed, and I will help them find it. May the liberator of Doma be willing to favor the people with her presence as well. I doubt not that they will appreciate the gesture. Good. Yugiri, I leave the people of Asari to you. Gosetsu, might I ask you to... Apologies, my lord, but there is a small but most urgent matter I must first tend to. Very well. I shall not pry. Now, Ahty, let us go and pay a visit to the good people of Namai. I kind of want to know what Gosetsu is up to. I'm really curious about that. That had a slight sinister air to it, which I didn't really like. Speak with Hien at Namai and have him accompany you. Okay. Right then, before we begin, I would remind you that you need only listen to the tales of their loved ones. An overseer of the ceremony, I see it as my duty to deliver their effects personally. Because of this, it is of the utmost importance that we keep clear of any beasts that might damage our cargo. It goes without saying how important it is that their offerings are delivered in pristine condition, and I will be no good to you in a fight while heavily encumbered. If stealth or flight are not options, I must ask that you fight for us both. But you needn't worry unless the occasion arises. For now, let us be off. My husband, my dear sweet Moroya, never returned from Garlemald, but perhaps now his soul might know peace. Please, take this painting brush to Swallow's Compass. I shall handle it with the utmost care. Might we trouble you to tell us more about your husband? Moroya was a kind and gentle soul. There is nothing he loved more in the world than to create. That brush never left his side, not even when he tended the fields. Any spare moment he was dedicated to his craft, and he produced the most wonderful vistas of Yangsha. It was his dream to take us to Kugane, where he would become a famous artist, until he was conscripted. In the early days, he would send drawings of places they took him, though I know not how. But more time began to pass between each arrival, and then they stopped coming altogether. I know not in what far-flung land he died, but I pray it was as beautiful as his works. He sounds like quite a man. To hold fast to his art even when forced to endure such hardship. His soul will find peace, of that I have no doubt. Nope, those are different things. I must thank you again, Lord Hien, for this honor. My son would have been overjoyed to know that his katana would be enshrined at the Swallow's Compass. Nay, the honor is mine. I'm sure your son was a fine warrior. Aye, and so was I once upon a time. A samurai, as it happens, in service to your father when the Empire first invaded our lands. Though we were defeated, our spirits broken, my son Matosu was never one to lose hope. He was determined to follow in my footsteps. Gave his everything to honing his skill with the blade. When I watched him train, I felt the pride I thought I'd forsaken swell in my breast, and I know he would restore our family to its former glory. Alas. He could have fled, perhaps started life anew as a vagabond of some sort, but he bore the burden and fought for Garlemald, for fear of what the Imperials might do if he did not. 'Tis plain he was a loving son and a warrior true. I will care for his blade as if it were mine own, and see it given the honor and respect due a samurai of Doma. Oof. There's Tombo. I realize it's quite large, but I wanted to offer this on behalf of my brother and our father, Suzushiro. If you are willing, I would very much like to hear more about them both. My father, he was a carpenter. He was a good man, if a bit stubborn. Always thinking about his work, the only time he ever seemed to enjoy himself was when he had a cup of sake in his hand. When my brother came of age, he took up the trade as well. It brought them closer. I'd see them laughing over drinks together, or listening in silence to the crickets singing under the moonlight. I wanted to join them one day. This was their favorite sake. I thought they might miss it. I'm sure it will taste all the sweeter having come from you. I realize no one can ever replace your brother or father. But if you will allow, I would be honored to share drinks with you in their stead. When you are of age, of course. This should be everything. Would you join me for a short reprieve before our journey back? Ah, there he is. Ah, he's way up there, damn it. This is always something I've struggled with Doma. It's like you think you're going the right way, only to be like on a road that's way downhill from where you need to be. Yeah, there he is. They put on brave faces, but the people of Namai are still racked with grief. It is the same at every village I have visited in recent days, but it is only now that I am struck by the contradictory nature of my goals. Having joined the Eastern Alliance and taken steps to revitalize the Enclave, I believed Doma was at last on the path to peace and prosperity. I still do. Yet by focusing so keenly on the future, I have neglected the past, and that yet haunts my people. Even if they do not give in to despair and become beasts that plague our lands like poor Tanbu's brother, how are we to truly move forward if we are constantly looking back? You speak of their haunted pasts, Lord Hien, but what of yours? Me? All things considered, I suppose it was only a matter of time before the subject was broached. Ha! She cuts to the heart of the matter, and the young lord. For the best, I should think. For he cannot lead by example if he has not yet made peace with his own past. A thousand apologies, my lord. I was passing through, tending to the matters of which I spoke earlier, when I chanced to hear familiar voices in the distance. If I may be so bold, the people of Doma, one and all, understand the source of your pain. To lose your father in the turmoil of a failed rebellion, his staggering duty to the throne thrust upon you. Aye, how could you even begin to mourn when first you had to lead? It would behoove you to take part in the funeral rites, my lord. Take this time to make peace with your past while it is still yours to spend. Though unlikely, if not impossible, were you to become a monster as well, Doma would surely be lost. I thank you for your counsel, Gosetsu, but if I may ask, why is it you keep your blade at the ready? I thought this personal matter of yours to be naught but a trifle, or am I mistaken? Sorry, unrelated to anything, but hahaha, Elon isn't joining the board of Twitter. Ooh. Oh, that's right, he has a 9% stake in it now, doesn't he? I participate in Twitter's little game, but I'm not going to pretend that it's not a transphobic cesspit. I don't know. Either Twitter deserves him or he deserves Twitter. I don't pretend to know. But they deserve each other. Sounds like he either failed the background check or he realized he'd have to actually try and decided not to. How's that? Hey Ahty, I have an interesting off-topic non-gaming thing to ask, and this is about something else, so here it goes. Before COVID-19, when you were still at your workplace position at the job, and at the moment your boss gives you a free day break off vacation from work in some national holiday in your country, have you used that free day break off from work vacation to go on a vacation trip at the shores and beaches of the... not California. Because I'm from Oregon, I don't really go to California very much anymore. Though, on one of my days off, on one of the days that I got, that was a national holiday, I did take a small road trip up the coast of Oregon on Route 101, which is very picturesque. It was very nice. I hope to go and do that again soon. Ah, French in the Trench. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. 'Tis indeed a cesspool, but it's where I have most of my friends, even if the algorithm makes me invisible to everyone. Not to me, Karoja. I think I've interacted with enough of your posts that I see them most of the time that you post them. So for me, the algorithm is working in your favor. If you haven't noticed that I've been retweeting you a whole lot lately. Well, I find the katana a superior tool for peeling persimmons. Speaking of which, I do believe my stomach begs for sustenance, if you will excuse me. Been thinking about making a new Twitter. This one is bogged down by having been mass reported, and it's technically still a URL on a certain hate site that doxed me. Ah, I see. Oh, thank you. Also, sorry for my bad English writing. Kryuki, no worries. I understand. And I do, I do appreciate your questions. And I'm more than happy to answer them. But here's the thing, Karoja, like, if you change your Twitter again, I mean, any of the progress you've made since your previous Twitter, you would have lost, and you'll be starting basically from scratch. So why not keep this one around? Keep the Corrosion name around. And maybe use it just for promoting your social media and nothing else. Like, maybe even go so far as... I don't know if you should really go that far. But... I mean, if you wanted a clean slate, create your new Twitter. Make it your personal account. And then separate everything. I know it's hard to have two, but it's the way I do things. Like, I have my streaming-only Twitter account, which basically, like, I follow streamers, I streamer discourse, and I retweet my friends who are also streamers, and that sort of thing. That's my Twitter sphere Twitter. That's my streamer sphere Twitter, so to speak. But then I have my personal account, which is my 18 plus, not wholesome, it's where... it's where my opinions live. Yeah, Karoja, I don't know. I don't know if that would do it. And the thing is, though, I don't know if you can swap your name over to a different Twitter account. Like, I think that you can just basically change your name on this one, but I think that your existing name would go back into the pool, and then there's an arbitrary amount of time that needs to pass before that one is made available again, at which time that you could claim it for another Twitter account. But in the meantime, there's still risk that you would lose it to someone else, right? I wonder if there's a way to reset the algorithm. I don't know. Maybe you need to call Big Daddy Musk and have him do it. I have no idea. Training. To help slay the blasphemy, no doubt. Fitting that he should offer me counsel, yet refuse to heed it in kind. He is not the warrior he once was, but he is wise, our obstinate friend. If I am to be perfectly honest, it frightens me to recall it, the moment it all came crashing down. We'd taken Doma Castle. Victory was ours. But then we looked out and saw the banners of the 12th Legion marching toward us, the Crown Prince at the fore. No sooner had Gosetsu and I escaped than we received word that Xenos had slain my father. Now you can swap names instantaneously. Interesting. I did that before when I had to drop the Amala name on this account, and since it was what I used for promoting my writing nobody read, after a not C got my old one banned. Ah, I see. Nah, Corrosia doesn't need help from Big Daddy Musk for this one. I just figured having a fresh account means getting to not be in the algorithm as positive or negative yet. I mean, that all makes sense in my head, but I mean, it's just a question of whether it actually works like that or not. I remember how the fight went out of Gosetsu in an instant. How he wept for his lord, while I felt the weight of the profound duty bear down upon my shoulders, crushing, suffocating, the heat of my own breath, the chill of my clammy palms. But duty demanded I master my emotions. When all those around me, Gosetsu included, were consumed by anger and a thirst for vengeance, I had to be in control. Under my orders, we dispersed and fled to fight another day. To this day, I have not stopped to reflect on my father's death. How could I? Devoted as I am to finding Doma's way forward. But now I must. And so, having taken you into my confidence, would you see this through with me to journey's end? The keepsake I would offer up for the funeral is hidden in a place not easily reached. We will have to fly there, I'm afraid, but worry not. My yawl will ferry us. Just a moment. Sorry, been on TikTok too much. Been using their phonetic ways of getting around word filters, algo stuff. Like, oh yeah. Like, I'd be starting over. Some mutuals would follow at least. As would I. I would absolutely follow. But also, my account gets barely any engagement outside of you and bots. It's either the algorithm's fault, or I'm just unlikable, and the latter has repercussions. Well, I'm more apt to think that it's the algorithm's fault, because you being unlikable is... I don't think there's been a more untrue thing spoken in this chat yet. Pets. Ah, yes, the yawl. The place we seek is Plum Spring, in the mountains. Shall we? Wow. Oh damn, I just realized what part of the story you're about to be in. My parents would bring me here for Hanami as a child. Its beauty and serenity was such that I could forget the realities of the occupation. Are you near the end and the finale of this expansion? I don't think so. I think we got quite a bit of the MSQ to go. Indeed, some of my fondest memories of family are here, which is precisely why I chose this place to conceal the singular gift my father bequeathed to me as a child. Holy heck, Pravda! Thank you so much for the raid. You sweet bean. How are you doing tonight? How was Lego Star Wars? He just said bequeathed. What? Pravda, welcome. Nage, thank you. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. My name is Ahty. I'm a transferee gamer from Oregon. I play mostly RPG games like Final Fantasy XIV. I've also been playing Xenoblade Chronicles. Among other stuff, we have plans to play Final Fantasy XV in the future, as well as Nier Automata, and lots of other stuff. Play other things like we made it through all of the Halo games, not Halo 5 yet. But those are FPS shooters, and they have a heckin' great story. I'm also on Monday nights. We have been playing Portal 2 co-op with Paula. The community here, we're pretty laid back. We're all friends. We talk about all kinds of different stuff. We're pretty chill and relaxed. So if that sounds like your jam, feel free to leave a follow. But otherwise, kick up your feet, relax, and enjoy. And you're always welcome. Thunderstorm going on, so I had to end early. I'm sorry to hear that, Pravda. Nage, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. Holy heck. Huh. Lego Star Wars. Like I saw some like very short clips of it earlier today. Like after you had after you had said something about it. And I'm definitely curious. Charming, is it not? The great auspice Ketian de Sheng, said to reside somewhere along the Deryu chain. In those days, anyone and everyone knew the tales of his prowess. Reckless boy that I was. I once even tried to seek him out, hoping he might help us. I buried it here shortly after my coming-of-age ceremony. It seemed a fitting place to both part with my childhood and offer a final goodbye to my mother. More a keepsake of mine than his, to be sure. But he was never a man of worldly possessions. Still, I suspect he would allow himself a rare smile if he were to see it again after all these years. And that is precisely how I wish to bid him farewell, with a smile. It should go without saying, I would prefer it not become known that I kept this doll here. Wouldn't want the children to grow jealous now, would we? And with that, I believe it is time we return to the Enclave. Heck, Pravda, thank you so much for coming by. I hope you're well. And stay safe in that thunderstorm, alright? There are yet more villages to visit and offerings to collect, but preparations are proceeding apace. Soon the people will have one less cause to be tempted down the path of despair. Of course, there still remains the problem of the blasphemy. The former conscripts will remain at the Kienken until it has been dealt with. We will slay the beast in due time, but before that, I would be honored if you were to present for the funeral rites. Pray speak with Yugiri when next you visit the Enclave, and she will tell you more of the proceedings. Okay, with that, I apologize profusely, but it is past 9, and I do have to work pretty early in the morning tomorrow. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to wrap out for this evening. But I'm going to check out who is on so we could possibly raid somebody. John Berger, welcome. Just in time. We're about to raid, actually. Is Hakuro always standing there? Probably. Hey Ahty, do you Chitose Ishikoma? I don't know what that is. What is Chitose Ishikoma? Oh, it's actually somebody I'm following. Here, give me a moment. Commercials are just killing me. Whenever I'm looking for somebody to raid, holy heck. I'm glad Paula got a podium today. Sarah did what she could. Yeah, me too. Paula worked really hard today, and it really paid off. Actually... Yeah. Yeah, let's go with Chitose. She is playing a Gundam Evolution, which I had no idea was an FPS Gundam game. That's really interesting. But it's somebody I have never rated before that I recently followed. I know her from Tim.K.'s stream. So let me get that going. She has a cute model too. So let's see, raid, okay. Perfect, all right. So thank y'all so very much for coming by today. It really means a lot. Like, I love streaming Final Fantasy. Love this stuff. But, like, you know, this whole quest line's actually pretty good, and it's so good to be back in Doma. And see Gosetsu again. It was really great. Oh, you're welcome, John. But that's going to be it for me. Please stick around for the raid. Chitose is actually really cool. So I think you'll like her. But yeah, that's it for me. The next time I'm streaming is actually tomorrow night, 6 p.m. PST. Paula and I are going to do some Portal 2 co-op. We're going to do some of the bonus levels. So that'll be interesting. I haven't played any of those. So it's going to be completely new for me. But yeah, it's definitely not to be missed. It's going to be both me and Paula. And then Tuesday we're going to be doing Xenoblade Chronicles. So, yeah. It'll be good. It'll be a hoot. But at any rate, that's it for me. And we're going to go ahead on over. And hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. But until then, have a good rest. Stay safe. Sleep well. Hydrate. And all that stuff. Take care, folks. Have a great night.